You know it's going to be a controversial video when you have to start off with a disclaimer. So, these are my thoughts and experiences with Gran Turismo 7 Update 1.27. So, just remember everyone is entitled to their own opinion, even if you think that opinion is wrong. So, with all that being said, enjoy the video. Update 1.27 has been out for over 48 hours. So that has given me enough time to experience all that is new with update 1.27. So let's go over what they added. They added escapes, Norway to be specific. Personally, I love the addition of new escapes. I take pictures. However, majority or a lot of the player base don't actually care, but love seeing that escapes are being added. Secondly, we received 2 extra menu books. Now these, you collect 3 cars, you get 2 engine swap tickets. I'm glad to see that we got 2 engine swap tickets instead of 1 special ticket part, because I think I can speak for majority here and say we would prefer a chance to win an engine swap over a chance to get a carbon fiber prop shaft. We saw the addition of 3 brand new races. No new circuits, but we can't really expect a new circuit when last updates we received a new one. The 3 new events were at racetracks that honestly deserve some more attention. We saw a new race come to the Nürburgring, Mount Panorama and Monza. Both 3 circuits needed more attention, so I'm glad to see the racetracks getting some more attention. Now none of the new races are gonna change or revolutionize the way we make money in game. They have decent payouts but nothing game breaking, so there's no new fastest way to make money or money method. So these events are honestly just gonna get swept under the rug and looked over because you don't really earn that much from them. But the headliner of update 1.27 were the 5 vehicles that were added. This was a record for Gran Turismo, so I'm glad to see, hey, we are getting more cars. Now, on screen now we're going to take a look at the Corvette C8 Stingray. This car was added primarily because of the fact that from the launch of the game, everyone was asking for this car. Now, Corvette C8, driving it stock, honestly quite underwhelming. The way everyone was begging to have this car in the game, I thought it was going to be a missile. Yeah, it missed my expectation. So okay, that's just its standard. Once you fully upgrade it, you get about 900 horsepower, and I'll give it to it. Once you add that amount of power, it actually becomes a really great car. So my rating for this vehicle, 7 out of 10. Now these are just going to be quick ratings and overviews of the vehicles. I am going to cover and do in-depth reviews of the vehicles, so if you don't want to miss out on that, hit that subscribe button, leave a like for more content. The Alfa Romeo Giulia GTA M, one of the better cars to come out of this update. Now, even with the vehicle standard, it's loads of fun. You can control the vehicle, it is very stable, has a decent amount of power, and going around turns, it's quite a blast if you have no traction on, because you can still get that rear end to slide out. Then you throw on all your upgrades to it, and the car produces almost 900 brake horsepower, so it just turns everything up to 11. And that's why this car's rating, I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. And that's because even with it fully maxed out, it doesn't feel overpowered or the car just can't handle the power. But one thing I did feel that was overhyped was the Ferrari Vision GT. The amount of publicity and just the attraction and attention that they brought to this vehicle, I expected this to be the best Vision GT car. I expected this to have enough potential to compete with the Dodge Tomahawk Vision GT. Now on the straights and in braking, this car, it shines, it's really good. However, when it comes to the turns or any corners, in fact, this car suffers from so much understeer. Now I thought, Ferrari, amazing to take around some turns, but it's not. Now it does take in used to, and if you do take more time with the vehicle, I'm sure you can work out how to get around the turn effectively. But when driving it for the first time, you you're just gonna be honestly let down. With that being said, rating for this vehicle, it's gonna be a 6 out of 10. Now a car that I personally feel like isn't getting enough hype or attention is the Toyota Celica GT4 rally car. Now this car has a long history with the Gran Turismo franchise, and I'm so ecstatic to see it coming back to the latest edition. Now this car in game, it handles incredibly well. It's in the Group B category, so yes, you can actually use this in Group B races. Standard, the vehicle only has about 300 brake horsepower, which you might think is underwhelming compared to some of the other Group B vehicles. And you're right, but we have been given the ability to increase this car's power. It has one upgrade, and that is to upgrade the turbo, so we can take it from 300 horsepower all the way up to almost 800 brake horsepower, giving this car the chance to run with some of the fastest rally cars in game. And for this, the Toyota Celica GT4 rally car is gonna get a 8 out of 10. And lastly, the Bugatti Chiron. Do I even need to say anything else? The Bugatti Chiron is a hypercar. It's top dog hypercar. In Gran Turismo 7, we actually have the chance to get this car to be almost 1,800 brake horsepower when you fully upgrade it. And that's not even with a super high RPM turbocharger or whatever it's called. This is with the standard high RPM turbocharger that you can buy in the tuning shop. So that's an incredible amount of power. And what's crazy, its brakes are good. It can carry, and you're able to put all of that power down to the road. And it's not okay, one downside, it does suffer from understeer now and then, but it's not a constant, and that's what I can actually love and appreciate. The Bugatti Chiron, I thought it was gonna handle like a pig. However, it handles like a skinny pig, and sometimes you can actually make it around some corners going decently fast. So for this 400 km/h rocket ship, okay, the price tag is 3 million credits, so that's one of the only downsides to this vehicle. The price for it is incredibly high. For the 3 million credit price tag, it is a bit steep, but the outputs of the vehicle is well worth the money. So for this, I am gonna give it a 7 out of 10. The only reason I'm not giving it an 8 is, okay, with personal experience, when hitting almost 400 km/h, the car kind of gets unstable and wants to break traction. So for that reason, 7 out of 10. So that's everything with update 1.27. I mean, even the changes that they made to the game, not even the additions, the changes that they made weren't really groundbreaking. Okay, they did solve one issue where if you are leaving a race lobby, it would threaten to decrease your driver's rating. That was the biggest issue that they fixed. That, and sometimes for steering wheel users, the clutch wouldn't work on the M2. Some really minor stuff, but nothing actually to really improve the game. We still waiting for split screen mode to be fixed, but I mean, we waited what, 8 months to sell cars, a basic feature that should have been in game from release. I mean, look, I'll be happy if we even get the split screen update fix or whatever anytime in this game's life. So that is my opinion. Update 1.27 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a solid 7 out of 10. It's the most cars we've seen, but other than that, they haven't added or changed much to the actual gameplay experience of the game. So if they added more or even just changed some other bug, it would have been much higher. So with all this being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.